Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear. I'm upstairs with a Planet Eclipse Etha 3 mechanical up on the table right here because we got in the brand new HK rapid fire valves, which is just a drop-in part that will take your mechanical Etha here. It'll also work on like the M170s, I believe, and the EMF 100s and the EMEK 100s. But you just drop this piece in and it will convert your gun over into a full auto style gun. Now the rate of fire varies somewhere between like 7 and 10 balls per second, but you're still able to shoot semi-auto. If you just pull the trigger and let go, it'll still shoot that semi-auto. But if you pull the trigger and hold it down, it's going to start ripping out paint, and it will shoot full auto at somewhere between 7 and 10 balls per second right there. So if you want to have the best of both worlds in your mech gun and you don't want to have any electronics in it or have to do anything weird to it to get it to do it, this is a easy drop-in part that will get you where you need to be. So we're going to throw one in right here and just show you how easy it is to put this in. So I've got my Etha 3 right here. And the process to do this is going to be the same for other guns as well. Let me see how easy this is. So, got my gun. We're degassed. No built up gas in the bolt. Nothing's being held inside there. We're going to remove our bolt out of the gun. From here, we're going to unscrew the front can. Pull that off. Just set that to the side. Now I've got our bolt guide, we've got our spool shaft inside there, and the piece we're going to replace is actually sitting inside right back down here. So to get that out, the bolt guide right here, we're going to unscrew it. Now, some of them you can get by hand and just pull them right off. If not, there's a flat spot on each side right here and right here where you can put like an adjustable wrench on it and you can unscrew it. But you don't need to crank these on when you go to put them back on. You just put them on until they stop and you can leave it there. So this one I know is hand tight on there. I can undo it and we're going to pull this out. Now, when I take the bolt guide out, the spool is going to come with it. And it might come out with the spring and the spring guide right here. Sometimes that will stay inside here. They are loose pieces. You just got to remember to put them back in. So we've got our spring and our spring guide right there. And then this part you can pull out, but normally it'll just stay in there like that. So let's put that up here because we're going to put that back in. Now, if we look inside, you can see the switch sitting down inside of there. And we're going to pull this one out. We can just stick our finger in there usually and get it and pull that out. And we're going to remove it. Now that one and the one from HK are very, very similar to each other. You can see this one has more holes around the outside of it, so we can get a larger volume of air inside there, or a larger air flow, I shouldn't say volume inside there. We can get more air in quicker, and if we look really close around the edge, right here on this one, you see there's a little notch cut out of it right there. This one does not have it. It's completely circle. This is what allows it to fire in that full auto if you hold the trigger down. And that's why it's not on the other one right there. So we're going to take the new one from HK. We're going to put it in the same way. We're going to drop it down inside here. Push it all the way down in. We're then going to take our bolt guide and our spool shaft here. We're going to make sure we put our spring and guide in. We're going to put that into the back of the spool shaft right there. And then we're going to insert it in. And we're going to screw those two pieces back together. And obviously any O-rings or stuff, you'll want to make sure you put a little bit of grease on them. Anything that you're touching, anything that you might be wiping grease off or anything like that, just put a nice little thin layer of grease back on there. I've got that back on. It's almost about to put it back together. Take our can and our bolt, put that back on till it stops. And then we can throw this in. and we're done. It is a very, very simple install right there. Takes a couple minutes, even quicker if you're not talking about it while you're doing it. All right, so we've got the install in, the brand new HK, they're calling it their rapid fire valve. Now let's take this Etha 3 outside and shoot it and see how it does. All right, so we're outside with the Etha 3M that I put the HK rapid fire valve inside of there. Let's go ahead and shoot it. We've got some semi-auto with me just pulling the trigger like that. But if I hold it down, full auto. It's just that easy. The install is simple, and you get that semi if you just tap it, or the full auto if you hold it down. So if you want to get a little extra power out of your Etha 3 mechanical, your EMEK 100, your EMF 100, or your M170, get this part. Pick it up at ansgear.com.